guys, I've got something a little bit different for you today. I'm going to talk to you. Weird, I know, but I'm going to talk about my experience at MAC. For my Snapchat family, you probably know what I'm talking about. I had a really bad experience at MAC and I just want to talk to you guys about it and tell you how it all kind of panned out. It was all solved today, so I thought I'd come home and talk about it on camera with you guys and share it with you. If you follow me on Twitter and on Facebook, you probably realise that I posted something on the 30th of June about MAC Cosmetics and my shopping experience there. I'm just going to read it out to you from my phone, and it said, at MAC Cosmetics, so offended by how I was treated by the security guard at MAC Covent Garden today, management didn't even address the issue. And I posted that on Facebook and on Snapchat as well, and I had so many people asking me what happened to explain my story, and I'm going to do that for you today. So as you guys know, I'm from London, and the place to shop for makeup is Covent Garden, and it's my favourite place to shop. I go there all the time, and you've got all the brands under one place. You've got MAC Cosmetics, you've got Bobbi Brown, you've got Urban Decay, Charlotte Tilbury, Kiko, and to name a few more. So every time I'm in Covent Garden, whether I'm working there at Urban Decay or anywhere else, then I'll always make sure that I pop into all those stores, all of my favourite stores basically. So without fail, whether I'm on my lunch break or I'm just shopping, I always head into MAC Cosmetics. It's a single standing store, which is a pro store as well, and I'm a pro member, so I get my pro discount and I'm always shopping in there. So I went in there as per usual, as I normally do, and most of the staff there actually know me by face or know me by name. I've actually worked with some of them before. So I'm a familiar face in there, and I've headed in now with my friend, and we are shopping around as per usual. What do? You go in and you swatch, you swatch colours, especially like lipsticks and foundations and things like that. So I'm always looking for new lipsticks and things like that from MAC. So I was by the lipstick stand, and which is at the front of the store, if any of you guys know, and I'm just watching a few colours and talking to my friend at the same time, and obviously we're taking our time, like we're not in a rush or anything, we're just out shopping for the day. And then I get approached by the security guard. So he comes up to me and asks me if I need any help. I was really confused. I just kind of took a double take and I smiled and I said, no, I'm okay, thanks. Thank you for asking, and I kind of left it at that. A little bit confused, but I turned around to my friend and I was just like, okay then. And I continued. So I went about my business, but I could see him looking at me, and obviously I turned back to look at him as well to kind of just understand what had just happened. It wasn't that big of a deal, so I just kind of brushed it off my shoulder and carried on. So I was shopping around on the main floor, and then I headed downstairs where the pro section is. So I went downstairs, and as soon as I went downstairs, there was actually a lady who was there by the glitters, I think it was, by the pigments, and we actually recognised each other from Instagram, and we were just kind of talking and exchanging details. Then all of a sudden the security guard had followed me down the stairs. He then again comes up to me and asks me if he can help me. By this point I actually got offended. He was just like, he wasn't asking in a friendly manner, he was asking as in, is there something that I need to do in this store? So I said to him, can I help you? Are you a makeup artist? How could you possibly help me? Why would you ask me that question? So I actually asked him, are you a makeup artist or are you security? Because I'm really confused right now. And obviously that threw him off guard, and he was just like, I'm security. And I was like, so how can you possibly help me? It was quite embarrassing because it happened in front of the person that I've just met, it happened in front of my friend, and obviously other people that were in store as well. My friend saw that I got really frustrated, and so did she, so she even stepped in and actually had a word with him as well. But then he actually, that's the train going past, sorry. So then he actually went back upstairs because we had a bit of a go at him, and at the top of the stairs I could actually see him from the bottom of the stairs. When he went up to the top, he was changing over his shift, and he whispered to his colleague while they were both looking downstairs at me. So I can only just assume that he's saying watch out for that one. So I was really offended. Like, I shop here all the time, I'm a grown woman, I make my own money, I am clearly clearly I know how to do makeup, so you can only assume that I'm either a makeup artist or a makeup fanatic and someone that can afford my own makeup. So why on earth would I actually steal makeup? So I got really offended, and by this point I'd made a huge list of all the products that I wanted, and I went up to the main shop floor, to the till point, and I went over to hand my list over, but it was still playing on my mind, and I just kind of felt I couldn't walk away without actually discussing it with somebody there. So I asked if I could speak to management. The girl at the till was really, really helpful. I'm really sorry I've forgotten your name, but you were really helpful. And you were like, yeah, sure, is there something that happened? Is there something that I can help you with? So I explained what happened, and she sympathised with me, and she was just like, yeah, that's not nice, that's not on at all, and we don't want our customers feeling like that. I asked to speak to the manager. The girl has understood what has happened, and she sympathised with me, and she was like, sure, I'll go and grab the manager for you. So she went back past the door, and she went to go and speak to her manager. She came back out alone and was like, I'm really sorry that this has happened to you. My manager would like to apologise and would like to offer you a complimentary appointment, but your manager's not there. So she's not made the effort to come out and speak to me personally, and I'm not gonna lie, it peed me off a little bit more. You know, I'd asked to speak to manager, and I've been like, I don't know, I felt kind of fobbed off a little. So I was like, I don't accept a complimentary appointment. I don't really need my makeup doing. I just want the situation to be addressed, and for them to understand how I was feeling, and that I was embarrassed as well in their store. So that was that, and I carried on shopping, paid for my goods, and walked out the store. Now I've gone home. Of course, me and my friend have gone home together. I've got my bag of goodies, so I'm happy with all the things that I've bought, but it's still playing on my mind. Like, I had a really horrible experience at the store. I can't get over it. Like, I'm still talking to my friend about it. I had to tell all my friends about it. I even had to like jump on Snapchat and rant about it. But I couldn't just leave it there. I thought it was just disgusting that I was dealt with in that manner by security and by management. So I jumped on Twitter, and I thought, you know, someone needs to do something about this. Like, it's not on. I shouldn't have to feel that way in a store, on, you know, where I choose to shop and I choose to spend my money, my hard-earned money. So I went on Twitter and I made that post, and I posted it on social media. One of the assistant managers at the store is actually an old colleague of mine from Stratford, and so she saw it on Facebook and messaged me the following day. I was like, what's happened? Oh my god, are you okay? I'm really sorry I wasn't there yesterday, but can you just briefly explain what's happened, and I'll speak to my manager about it. So I gave her a detailed explanation of what happened, and she then passed it on to her area manager, and I received an email from the area manager, I think like the following week. So really and truly, if it wasn't for my colleague, my ex-colleague, for addressing the issue and for taking it upon herself to actually do something about it, I don't think anyone would have actually spoken to me or even addressed the issue. So her regional manager had contacted me via email, had expressed how sorry she is for what happened, and that she would pass my details on to a senior, let me get this right, artist relations or relations artist. So the area manager had passed on my details to the artist relations, or head of artist relations, and CC'd in like public relations as well, who I've dealt with in the past. So they took this quite seriously, and you know, it gave me a little bit more, it restored faith back into me, because I was just kind of borderline thinking that I might not actually shop there anymore, because I felt the experience was so bad. But when they contacted me, they found out further like what happened. They looked into it for me, and then they actually asked me to go in. So today, I've gone back in to the store. It's just a little over a month now, so all this communication has been going back and forth. Obviously it's August and it's a really busy time for me, so today was actually the only opportunity that I had to meet with them. So I was called in store, and I met with the artist relations liaison, and Samantha. She was absolutely lovely. She called me in store and welcomed me in, asked me what had happened, asked me about my job role, what I do for a living, and just took real interest in me and made me feel a little more special than I felt last time I was there. And I had a really pleasant experience. She actually brought me in store. She spoke to me about all the products. She expressed from herself and from like the members of the store that they were sincerely apologetic about what had happened. Obviously it had nothing to do with her, but she represents the brand, and anything that affects the brand, I guess it affects them. And it was just a really good ethos. And she showed me around the store and talked to me about all the products. And as a way of apologising further, they actually offered me 10 free products, which I think was really, really nice. You know, it wasn't what I was hoping for from making this argument, or you know, voicing my opinion. I wasn't after free products, but you know, they went above and beyond for me, and I really, really appreciate that. So I am going to show you the products that I got today. So we talked about what I do, what kind of makeup I like to do, and what I do as a career wise, and what kind of products I generally use in my kit, and anything else that I'd like to add to it. So that being said, I've got a few products here. Like I said, it's 10 free products, and I'm going to talk to you about them one by one. So one of my favourite powders from MAC is the Mineralized Skin Finish powder, MSF as I like to call it, and I have it in a few colours, but I don't have it in this one, which is called Dark Deepest, so if you can see that. So I thought that would be good to add to my kit for the darker skin tones. So I've got that there. I'm going to go through them quite quickly. I got paint pots. If you know me, then you probably know that I like to use paint pots. If you see my last video as well, I've used a paint pot. And this one is called Rubenesque. These are really good. They're cream-based kind of bases. And this is a Pro Longwear one. And it has an iridescence to it, so it's really nice. Let me just see where I can swatch it. See that? Does it show? No. Yeah. It's just shiny. So there's that. I'm really excited to use that. So I'm thinking that kind of, it looks like melon pigment. So it's got that iridescence to it, so like a golden kind of rose gold look to it. I picked up something from the Pro section. This is a Chromaline. So it's very similar to the paint pots, but it comes in different colours. Pull this one out. And lately I've been feeling that I've been doing the same colours, so these kind of warm tones. I haven't been too artistic with my makeup, so I decided to go and pick up something a little bit more colourful. So that should be quite interesting. I can actually use this anywhere. I can use this on my eyelids, I can use that as a liner. I might even use it on my lips, you never know. So I picked that up, quite excited to use that one. I picked up 3 brushes as well. two of which I already have. So these are all eyebrow brushes. I picked up the 239 flat shader brush, which is the one I always use. As a makeup artist, it's really good to have more than one brush, especially when you're doing multiple bookings, because you know, if I use one with like a black eyeshadow, then I can't go in and use like a gold eyeshadow. So it's always good to have one that's clean on the side. And then obviously I had to go pick up another 217 blending brush because I have about 50 million of these, but clearly that's not enough. And then I had to go and pick up, I think this is a new one, it's called the 221, which is quite similar to the 217. Don't know if you can see that. Does that show? So it's just a bit more tapered, a bit more defined, and I think that will work really nicely in the crease. And probably underneath as well to smoke out. So I picked up those three brushes. Those are the only brushes that I picked up because I practically have all the MAC brushes. Okay, so there's a few things that I actually did like and I couldn't get because they were out of stock. So one of the products that I really wanted was called Brass Golden, 3D Brass Golden Glitter. And it's just to die for. It's like a lime green 3D glitter. But instead I picked up the pale mint tone. So it's probably hard to tell, it probably looks quite silvery, but it's 3D, so it kind of, it picks up different pigments, different colours and different lights. So there's that one. And then last but not least, I picked up a few products that I actually need for my kit that I'm running low on. So I picked up my Studio Finish Concealer, and I always use this. I'll show you one that's already open. So it's in the colour NC30, and it's the one I use on myself and anyone that's around my skin tone. It's a cream-based concealer, and I usually use it to cover up pigmentation just on top of like colour correcting, or and actually around my eyebrows. It's really good for defining the brows, so I love that product. I had to go and get a double of that. And then last but not least, I picked up the Pro Longwear concealers, and the one that I'm running low on is obviously NC30, which is my colour, and then I also picked up NC50. So you know, I picked up the Mineralized Skin Finish powder, so it's for someone that's a little bit darker. That's the colour that I picked up for that skin tone as well. I'm just going to show you what it looks like. The Pro Longwear concealers, I do like to use them underneath the eye, but you can actually use this, or some people have actually used this all over the face. It does not budge at all. It is amazing. But it comes like this, and it's a little pump form as well. That was all 10 products from MAC Cosmetics, and that was their way of saying sorry and apology accepted. I cannot thank you enough for really listening to me and reaching out to me and taking my matter seriously. I actually felt important. It wasn't about getting the products, that was an absolute bonus, and I thank you so much for that. But what I appreciate the most is that how much you actually took my, you know, how much you actually paid attention to what I had to say, and that my experience at the store meant so much to me that I probably wouldn't have shopped there anymore. But after my experience with the customer service afterwards, I can assure you that I will be shopping there again, so you will be seeing me there again. And I am really thankful for this experience. I guess the moral of the story is, whether it's MAC Cosmetics or any other beauty brand or any kind of shop really, if you're a makeup artist or just a consumer, I guess, and you have a bad experience, you need to speak up. I was going to let it slide, but you know, something told me, no, I need to speak up and I need to share how I felt. Because I've worked for MAC and I've worked with many other companies, and I know what level of service I give to my customers, so I don't expect the same respect back. And it pays off, I guess. You know, companies, brands, stores, they all need to have feedback, whether it's good or bad. It's the only way you can move forward, and it's the only way you can learn. I'd just like to say a huge thank you to MAC Cosmetics. Thank you so much for really listening to me and making sure that I felt the situation was dealt with, and it really has been. Your customer service has been impeccable, and I cannot commend you enough. Today I felt important, and you know, I've built a really good relationship with Samantha as well. She made me feel special today, and you know, that's what it's all about. It's about building that relationship. So I hope you guys have all enjoyed watching this and you understand where I come from, and that you should speak up. You know, if you have a good experience or a bad experience, it's always good to give feedback. So a huge thank you from me. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you like it. Give it a thumbs up, comment down below, and please subscribe. Thank you. Mwah.